Hello everyone, my name is Cameron, and I was opening this booster box of magic cards, and then I had an idea. I said, why don't I do this on camera and show people what all you can get from this set? So far I've opened up a couple of really cool cards, like Elspeth's Son's Nemesis, which is the alternate full art version of this card, which is sick. I wanted this card so hard, dude. Alright. So we've got a couple of really cool, we got Croxa and some other ones that are off to the side here. A couple of foils, none of them were really noteworthy so far. A couple of other rares that were also kind of not noteworthy. These are the two that were worth probably the most so far. But we've got a couple of goals that I want to establish straight off the bat. I would really like to find some really playable white cards. I've already found one. I would really like to find a Heliod. That's one of my other goals here. Foil Plains is another goal of mine that I'm really striving to find. Other than that, there's nothing really else that I'm looking for, but we are going to do a giveaway in this video, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to give 3 cards away, and in order to be part of that giveaway, what you need to do is you need to subscribe, leave a comment telling me what your favorite card in this set was, and then also like our Facebook page, because that's what we'll be saying who the winner is. We've got 3 really cool cards. I'm going to give away the booster box promo, and we haven't seen that yet. And then 2 other surprises that we'll see throughout the video. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open the booster box promo, because that one pretty much we already know what it is, but I think it's pretty cool either way, and I think people will enjoy getting this card. So if you would like to win this, like I said, subscribe. Also throw in a like in there. I'm going to also try to make this as relaxing as possible. Maybe throw in a little bit of ASMR on the packs, and just, you know, have some lo-fi music slide in right about now. And now we get started. Alright, there are 2 cards in here, and it's a foil. It's not a foil Plains, but it is a Plains, which is a good sign for things to come. These 2 cards are also good signs, and then whatever this is, I don't know what that is, but here's what we got from the Bioprox promo. This is a foil Theros, which is pretty sick. Look at that. This is going to be, one of the items you can win. We'll put that right there next to Elspeth and Croxus. So I've noticed with these packs that you want to go from the back. We're going to get rid of all of the commons. We're going to leave 6 cards, 1 for the rare, the foil possibly, the 3 uncommons, and then just 1 to get rid of. We're going to flip them around like this, and then we're going to pick them up, and we're going to go from there. We've got an uncommon, which will just go right into the pile. Enemy of Enlightenment, Drag to the Underworld, Mythic Repeal, and our rare is Idyllic Tutor, which is a good card. It'll see a lot of play and it has, because it's a reprint, it'll see a lot of play in Commander. So if you pick up any of those, that's probably something to hold on to. So we'll put that in the good rares pile, and then we got our first foil rare here, which is Labyrinth of Sokos. Add 1 mana, 4, remove target attacking or blocking creature from combat. That's a foil. I'm not sure how playable this is. This seems like a modern card, if anything, but there already is what is that called? That card that does the same thing, but not for mana. Anyway, this is cool. We'll set that right there in the not right there, because that's where the sun is glaring. So we'll set that with the other cards right over there. The cool cards, cool kid group. That's where we're going to put those. We're going to open a pack. We're going to get rid of the Kraken. We're going to get rid of the Mountain, and then we're going to flip it over. We're going to do 5 cards. How about that? All right, we're going to flip them around, and then we're going to turn them around. So we got Arena Trickster, Commanding Presence, Wolf Willow Haven, and then Nyxborn, the hero of Nyxborn. It enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 token, Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, creatures you control get that. That's not a rare, but it is still pretty cool. And then Nightmare Shepherd. Flying, whenever another non-creature dies, or you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a copy of that, except it's a 1/1. So, good card. Let's open our next pack. Alright, so, got the Satyr, the Forest. We're going to turn that around before you even have a chance to see it. Get rid of those cards on the top, and then we're going to flip them around. We got a uncommon, or not an uncommon, a common, an uncommon, Flanks Tactics, Blood Aspirant, Shimmerwing Chimera, and our rare is Thyrex, the Sudden Storm. He is flash, flying, spells you cast with converted mana cost 5 or greater, cost 1 less to cast, and cannot be countered. That's okay, he's a little expensive, he does flying, and he's good in sealed if you're looking for something in a draft situation that is going to help you out. Let's move on with our next pack. This pack right here, is going to be an ASMR pack. Listen to this. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I like that. Opening packs is one of my favorite things. Alright. We'll go right back into it. We're going to get rid of this many cards. I don't know how many that was, but that's going to be enough. We're going to flip them around. Boom, 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 boom. There's the token. Throw that off to the side. There's also a land in there. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Let's flip it over and see. That's the land. We'll put that over there, and then we'll turn them around. We've got an uncommon Sage of Mysteries. We've got a Furious Rise. We've got a Devourer of Memory. And Tectonic Giant. Alright, this is a 4-drop. Whenever he attacks or becomes the target of a spell, the Tectonic Giant deals 3 damage to an opponent. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one, and you may play that card. This is an okay card. It's good in draft and sealed. It's a little expensive for where you want to be in red. Okay. We're going to take off this many cards. I don't know how many it was. We're going to flip this around. That was too many cards, not enough cards. We're going to put that over there because that's not what we need. These cards we're going to be looking at. Get rid of that because that's a common. Ooh, here's a Constellation Showcase, looks like. Let's just get right into that. Alright, look at this guy. Temporal Chosen from Death. He's an uncommon. His toughness is equal to your devotion to black. Exile 2 cards from graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature card exiled this way. Alright, that's pretty cool. I'd say it's about a foil worth. Rise to Glory, and our rare is going to be Perforos, the bronze blooded. This is a pretty cool pool. He's indestructible. Other creatures you control have haste. He's a 5-drop. He's kind of expensive, but you can do stuff. He'd be a cool commander. I guess you could do pretty cool things with that. He's indestructible, so he should stay there unless he gets exiled, and it's hard to exile him until he's a creature anyway. But you can do it. I think he's going to be pretty cool. He's a mythic in either case, so we'll put him up here with the other big players. And then we've got a Traveler's Amulet, which is also pretty cool. It's foil. It's a good card. Let's just sit that right up there. Alrighty, let's open this pack right here. Let's bring it down a notch because I'm getting a little too excited. And I wanted this to be a relaxing event. So we'll go back to being relaxing. We'll get rid of about that many cards, and we'll flip them over. That's an uncommon. That's an uncommon. Those were commons. I lied to you. Let's look at that rare real quick. Allure of the Unknown. This card, people are liking it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let's read it and see if we can figure it out. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. An opponent exiles a non-land card from among them. Then you may put the rest into your hand. That opponent may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Okay, that's okay. It's good for red decks. It gives you cards in hands. It's a little expensive. I can understand why people would like it. Let's set that right there, and then I'm going to show you guys what's up to win next. Alright. What you can win next is my unopened promo card for the pre-release. This is Fervoros's Intervention. It's a decent card. I didn't play it because I had pulled something else that I wanted to play. I remember it being an Erebos, the Constellation version. That was pretty cool. and then a couple of other cards that were blue that just didn't fit red in it. This is a good card. It's good. It's incredibly good in limited formats, but it is not, well, I mean, we'll see how it turns out. Anyway, this card is going to be up for winning. It's foil as well, and hey, you know how to do that, so we'll just put that off to the side like that, because Theros is right there. We'll put him off to the side because he's not as cool as the other kids on the playground. All right, let's open this next pack, and then we'll flip them over. We'll get rid of about that many cards because they don't matter, and we'll flip them around. I mean, they're good. Some of those cards are probably worth money, but we don't got time to do that. What we got time to do is relax, and that's what we're going to do. That's an uncommon. It's a 1-drop. It does a thing. It's lifelink. Mire Titan, Caliphie, Beloved of the Sea, and our rare is Nalia's Intervention. You choose one, search your library for up to X lands. Reveal them, put them in your hand. It deals twice as much damage to flying creatures. Alright, this is a good card. We'll put that to the side. It's a good card for anything that wants you to get lands. Alright, we'll open this pack real quick. These packs, this color choice they decided to have, good for you, Magic. Good for you. Alright, we're going to turn these around. We're going to get rid of about this many. Alright, we're going to open this pack and just get right back into it. Alright, we're going to get rid of that +1, and then we're going to... I opened 2 packs because I got ahead of myself. So we'll put this one down, just like in a draft. These are going to be the cards we're going off to next. This is going to be the ones we're going to pick up. We're going to open these up. We're going to pick a card out of these. What do we want? We want the Temple of Malady. We don't want those other ones. That's not a Temple of Malady. It's a Temple of Plenty. This is a good card. This is always going to be worth money. Anything that gives you lands, fixing, mana fixing, and all of that is always going to be something you want to have on your side. All right, let's get into that. Next draft pick here. We're going to flip these around. Uncommon. Uncommon. Uncommon rare. We got another temple. That's actually pretty cool. 2 temples in a row. I believe I will. We're going to flip them over. We're going to leave about that many cards. We're just going to take these 2 off, show you what those are. That's a human soldier and a plains. That's not a plains, that's a land. That is an land. Alright, then we're going to flip these over too, and we're just going to play these like a draft. If we were drafting white, what would we take? We might take the foil, we might take the rare, or we might take not that, because we don't want that. The rare is Enigmatic Incarnation. It is Simic colors. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature with a converted might cost +1 to the sacrificed enchantment. Put that card in the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. This is an okay card, but it's not really. And foil, which is just a generic foil. We'll set that one off to the side, and then we're going to just straight up look at the rare, I suppose, without doing anything else. Take these, flip them off to that side. Flying, lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink constellation, which means whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 Pegasus on the battlefield. That's a cool card. It's cheap. It's white. It's what I like. Don't take that out of context. Flip them around. We got a uncommon, and a Aphemia, the Cacophony, which is an okay card. Flying at the end of your end step. If you have a enchantment card in your graveyard, make a 2/2 black zombie token. Let's get that next pack. Let's open it up. Oh, I love cracking packs. I really do. It's one of my favorite things, and it's why I was addicted to Magic for so long. It's something that you kind of got to get over because it can actually be a problem. We're going to flip these cards over. Uncommon, 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 and we've got a Hyla, the Keen-Eyed. Indestructible, green devotion. Creature spells you cost 1 less, which is pretty nifty. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may put it in your hand, otherwise put it into your graveyard. That's an okay card. It is a mythic, so it'll go right up here with our mythics and our other cool pools. We'll just grab another pack. We're gonna flip these cards around, show you the uncommons. I'm not sure why. Probably just to slow roll. Maybe we just open a couple packs like they're intended to be opened. That seems like it could be a good idea. All right, let's go right to the rare, and we got a foil forest, which is interesting, and I'll tell you why right after this. Thassa's Oracle. When she enters the battlefield, do a thing, which is pretty much just like scrying, putting whatever you want on top of your deck, and then putting the rest on the bottom. All right, that'll go in this pile, and we got a foil forest. And that's interesting because one of our buy a box promos was also another foil forest, which was going to be the third giveaway. In order to get this giveaway, you want to subscribe, you want to like, and you want to like the Facebook as well, because that's where we will be announcing the winners. All right, let's get right into our next pack. We're gonna do this the actual way they want it to do, because we can just slow roll from behind, dude. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be chill. Let's just be chill about this. Human soldier, one of my favorite types. Humans. My favorite type is angel. If we'd seen any angels so far, you better believe that I would have grabbed it off. That's a plains, or not. You see where my mind is right now. That's a mountain, and our rare is the first Iroan Games. Create a 1/1, put 3 1/1 counters. If you control, draw 2 cards, and create a gold token. Pretty cool. That's 4, that's more than 3, which is very true. But during sagas generally have a 3 count. But this one doesn't. This one's okay. It's a 3-drop. It's actually pretty cool. And 3 counters on turn, whatever would be pretty cool. Banishing Light's cool. Godstorm. All of these things. We'll just move those right over to the next pile. Let's open this next pack, shall we? It's okay to follow your dreams. This is a little bit of a break in between this. I'm just gonna push these cards and say what I'm about to say. It's okay to take a break to just follow your dreams for a minute. Our rare right here is Bronze Hide Lion, which is kind of like a nostalgia trip to the Fleecemane Lion, if any of y'all remember that. Anyway, let me go back into my good speech here. We'll put that off here because that's a pretty cool card, and we'll take these and we'll just slow roll them as I'm talking. You want to follow your dreams, because if you don't, someone else is. Follow your dreams. There's no reason not to. Give 100% as well. That's something that's very important. I can't tell you how often I've not given 100% and not gotten 100% back. All right, our next pack. Human Soldier. There's a lot of these going around. We've got a Swamp, and our rare is a Nisian Boar. All creatures able to block this do. It's a 5-drop for a 10/6. That's pretty powerful in a limited format. You definitely want to pick up this card. I don't know why you wouldn't want to pick up this card. I guess the second ability is probably why you wouldn't want to pick up this card, but also, even then, if they have no creatures and you have a 10/10, get wrecked. So, GG, good game, go home, see you later. We'll put that in that pile over there. Here's some other cards. Alrighty. Put those in that big pile that's just accumulating. Oh, it's a huge pile of magic cards over there. That I thought that might be a dream of mine one time in life, but really it's just gonna be a problem later. We've got a Satyr, a Mountain. Ooh, this is cool. This is a Constellation. Did I flip? Oh, this is a foil. Alright, this is a foil Constellation showcase card, and I think we've already got one of these as well. We did. It's right here. But this one's foil. That's pretty cool. We'll take that. We'll put that over there with the foil cards. Nyx Lotus. That is a card that is going to see a lot of play in potentially one format. Because it's a, mana dork. And it's not a mana dork, other than it could be. I mean, I guess it could be a dork. I'm not going to tell it what it can't be. Don't let anyone tell you what you can be. Simple story. Let's see some cards. These are cool. We'll just put them over there. We're nearing the end of the box. We've got about 6 packs left after this one. That's okay, because this is pretty cool. All right. Take that. Here's a Plains card. Ooh, we got Heliod. We get to check this off the list. Let's get a little hype about this for a second. We were looking We were looking for 3 cards. A foil plains, Heliod, the Sun Crowned, and Elspeth. And guess what? We've got 2 of the 3, and that's pretty friggin' good. I must say that's pretty good. All right, we're just going to put that up there. That's pretty cool. We might actually just take this, move these out of the way, put these right here, because this is what we wanted the entire time. All right, we're going to look at those. That doesn't matter. All right. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Believe in yourself, because if you don't, no one else is going to. Think about that. This is cool. This is a good thing. I'm glad I did this. You know, I could have failed horribly, and, you know, I might do that, but hey, I'm going to do it somewhere else in my life. You know, right now, let's take the win for what the win is, and that's the win. I'm going to ASMR this pack. I'm going to try to open this pack and ASMR this pack. All right. I'm also just going to kind of like do something that I think might be pretty cool. Check this out. I'm going to put the cards on camera, okay? And I'm going to point my microphone at the cards. All right? And I'm going to slowly do that ASMR thing. There's one. We're just going to throw that off to the side. Here's another one. We got Kunoris, Hound of Aethros. This is a cool card. It's a 3-drop. It does a lot of things. It's got Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Creature cards in the battlefield in the graveyard can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from their graveyards. That's a pretty cool card. We'll put that over there. These cards. Listen to that. That's pretty good. Listen to this. Does this make you feel like you want to be at the game? Is that what you feel right now when you listen to this, or do you just get annoyed with me? Because both of those are valid options. Really, they are. I wouldn't blame you if you got pissed at me for doing that, or annoyed, or you just don't like this. I can't, you know, you do you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna have fun doing what I want to do. Pack over there, the package of the pack. We're gonna fling that token right over there. There's a swamp. There's another temple. We want that. The rest of this stuff is, that's okay. Temple of Deceit. We've gotten 3 temples so far. All right, that's pretty cool. Elspeth and Heliod kind of just want to lay down, which is cool. Kind of. They don't really seem to. We'll just put those right over there. All right. All right, flip that off to the side. There's some gold. There's just a little bit of gold for you. Flip that off that way. There's a plains, and there's a foil. It's a white foil, but I don't remember this being. Search your library for a plains card, reveal it, put it in your hand, create a wall, gain 2 life. That's... Alright, Wavebreaker Hippocampus. The first spell you cast on an opponent's turn, draw a card. That's a cool card. It'll see some play, I'm sure of it. Maybe it won't. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. Let's look at that. We got 1 pack left right here. We'll set that right there. We'll put that box off to the side. This can go right there. These, is that, no, leave those right there. They don't like the light. That Theros pack might. All right. So we've gotten pretty good pools. I'm happy with the pools that we've got. A lot of these I can take and put directly towards my next goal, which is going to be, I'll open these packs at the same time. My next goal is going to be to create a arena video based on, that I'm going to call the challenge, which is based on trying to get together, there's a foil, Hateful Hour, trying to get together a standard deck using only Theros cards and actually make it competitive. It's going to be called the challenge because that's going to be a challenge, I think. Now, it could be, it could not be, but we're going to take whatever money we have here, we're going to turn it into TCG player. We're going to take that money and we're going to put it into arena, and we're just gonna have a good time. It should be fun. Look for that soon. That's a foil. Shatter the Sky. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, then destroy all creatures. That's about as magic white as you can get. Destroy everything for 4 mana. It's cool because you get to draw a card. That doesn't really happen with white. Our last pack. This will be the one to end it all, really, because this is the last pack. That makes sense. I know it does. Let's see what we got. We got a goat. That goes over there. We got a plains, and we got Elspeth Conquers Death. How fitting. How fitting for the last pack. We just conquered the end. Think about that. Think about that. And I'll see you next time.